In February of 1986, Nintendo released their first home game console to the United States, the Nintendo Entertainment System. Pulling America out of one of the most famous recessions in video game history, they paved the way for a myriad of future games and game systems to illuminate our television screens and our lives for years to come. Now, 26 years later, their newest home console has hit the market. The first system by Nintendo to support true HD graphics and the first bold entry in the 8th generation of gaming, it's called the Wii U. Released in November of 2012, 6 years after the Wii U didn't receive the same eagerly anticipated explosive launch of its predecessor. Many gamers still seem preoccupied with Sony and Microsoft's 7th generation competitors, the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. In just a few moments, you're going to learn the ins and the outs of Nintendo's newborn, and why those who haven't gotten their hands on one yet are missing out. While the Wii's primary focus seemed to be on the wireless motion control and Wiimote controller, the Wii U shines the spotlight on a whole different kind of gaming controller. It's called the Wii U Gamepad. At first glance, it kind of appears to be a handheld system all on its own. It has a very nice touchscreen in the center, high quality, looks better than my TV, 2 analog sticks, which should please the people with the 3DS who complained about it only having one. Your standard bumper and trigger buttons in the back, camera, built-in microphone, speaker, headphone jack. It also has 9-axis motion controls and an accelerometer. One of the first things you do when setting up your Wii U is make a Nintendo ID user account for yourself. You can opt out of having it password protected upon startup, but I decided to play it safe. After logging into your user account, you reach the home menu. Depending on which screen you're looking at, the gamepad or the TV screen, what you see is a little bit different. There's an option on the gamepad for you to switch views, so you can decide what you would rather see on the TV screen. Like most modern game systems, the Wii U doubles as an entertainment center, capable of exploring the internet and streaming video from sources like Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, etc., but with a twist. Now there's the Miiverse, which is exactly as it sounds, an entire social universe at your fingertips. With seamless cooperation between the Wii U console and gamepad, and needless to say, the internet, your personal gaming sensation is now linked to the experiences of people all over the world. You can join communities relevant to games you've been playing or interested in trying out. Share opinions, advice, frustrations, even doodles. For almost as long as we can remember, our favorite games have been enhanced by the ability to link up with other players for exclusive shared gameplay, battles, and trades. But for the first time, there is this sense of togetherness that simply can't be compared to anything else. Even the lonely otaku wasting away in a dark basement can feel like he's a piece of something more. And he is. Even apart from the Miiverse, though, this connectedness is integrated throughout the game. Beat a level with flying colors and be rewarded with the opportunity to type your battle cry all the way to digital heaven. Alternatively, you can get your ass kicked constantly and win a virtual vent session as your consolation prize. No matter what you do, the fact that you can make the decision to do it is magnificent. The Wii U came in two different sets. It came in the basic set and the deluxe set. The basic set is a white system, 8 GB of storage, and a white gamepad. Now the deluxe set, for $50 more, has a lot more to it. It has a black system with 32 GB of storage, a charging cradle for the gamepad, and stands for the console and controller. It also comes with a game called Nintendo Land. This game is a great tribute to the classics, as well as being fresh and new, and utilizes the gamepad controller very, very well. It's a perfect introduction to the Wii U, and the perfect game to start with. Depending on the game you play, the way you use your gamepad will vary as well. Games like Nintendo Land use the gamepad to deliver a different experience than what players see on their television, while games like New Super Mario Bros. U use the gamepad like a second TV screen.
Oh yeah, Mario time!
In Nintendo Land, some games require a combination of motion tilting and touchscreen interaction, while others rely more on the buttons of the controller. Needless to say, as great of a system as this is, the Wii U is not without some minor flaws. One thing that people tend to complain about is the slowness of certain loading screens. This usually only happens when switching applications, starting a game, or entering the Miiverse, and at most takes about 10 or 15 seconds. After navigating these areas more often, though, it seems to run faster and does not take anything away from natural gameplay. A future patch could also help remedy this issue. Another frequent gripe comes from the lack of different games available for the Wii U at the moment, and arguable absence of any must-have launch titles. But considering this system is only a few months old, I think this is a setback that will inevitably solve itself in time. You can hardly expect a console this young to have an immense library already. As for myself, I only have one real grievance, and it's just as much my issue as it is Nintendo's. The Wii U is a next-gen system, and I'm stuck with an old CRT TV that I've kept around primarily for ROB and light gun compatibility. My Wii U included an HDMI cable in place of an AV cable, and this would have left me pretty screwed had I not already had an AV cable shared with my Wii. In addition to that, the Wii U is designed for widescreen TVs, as that is the modern-day standard. So no matter what setting I'm on, my TV cuts off part of the picture. All this really means to me is that I'll have to get a second TV soon, whenever I can afford it, and I don't fault the designers. So, as a recap, despite some of the incompatibilities for older TVs, which can be remedied, the slowness of loading, and the lack of diverse titles at the moment, the Wii U overall is a great system. Some of the titles that it has now, such as Nintendo Land, are awesome, awesome, awesome! And New Super Mario Bros. U is also a pretty good game, which I also have. Some of the games that I'm looking forward to being released on the Wii U soon will be a new Zelda game, a new Super Smash Bros. Game, and Game & Wario, which is like a new WarioWare game, obviously. Okay, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming up about other things. Probably older systems now, since I reviewed the newest one, and I'm going to go back and look at some of my favorite retro games. Anyways, I'm making a fool of myself, so I'm just going to go. Just gonna